Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Yada vidya-vilasena bhuta-bhautika-srishtaya Tam naumi paramatmanam Sachidananda-vigraham. Okay, so we are seeing the functioning of the vritti. Okay. Any questions or it's all clear? I think page 187 we completed last time, right? 88 we have to do, 89 we have to do. Okay. Okay. So there are no questions or clarifications. I'll go ahead. Okay.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
This consciousness reflecting through antakarana. Now, what happens when someone slips into coma?
We will come to that. He is dealing with that.
Okay.
Yeah, he is dealing with that. Coma, death also to an extent, yeah.
Okay.
In fact, in a nutshell, he equates it with deep sleep.
Okay.
Same condition as in deep sleep. A deeper version of sleep. Yeah.
So, that means asvacha dravya, is it?
Yeah, it's aproksha. But there is no vritti. That's why you can talk about it only when you come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think page 189 also, na? Avivyanjaka siddhyartham. No, we have not seen that? Okay. Evam vida abhivyanjaka siddhyartham eva vrittehe aparokshastale bahi nirganam angikaraha. Says that is why with respect to paroksha jnanam etc. we accept the vritti actually going out to make a connect with the object of knowledge. Okay. So that angikara. In aparoksha jnanam. Paroksha stale tu vanyadehe vritti samsarga abhavena. In paroksha jnanam, indirect knowledge, there is no connection with the vritti. He says, chaitanya anabhivenjakataya na aparokshatvam. Because the vritti is not directly connecting it up, it's only indirectly connecting it up. He says, there is parokshatvam, not aparokshatvam. Therefore, when the vritti directly connects it up, you will get aparoksha jnanam. When the vritti connects it up indirectly, it is paroksha jnanam. Okay. Etan macheja vishyanam aparokshatvam chaitanya abhigajyatam iti drashtavyam. Okay. Therefore, in this way of looking at it, there is aparokshatvam when vritti is involved. Evam jivasya aparichinnatva api vritti sambandhartham nirupitam. Therefore, even though the jiva is taken as aparichinnam, by maya upahitam, remember? Okay. Maya upahita chaitanya we are talking about as jiva. Therefore, it is still the vritti is necessary, he says, for the connect to happen. This is just summing up of all that he has said in the previous few pages. Okay. Now he is dealing with where the jiva is taken as parichinnam. Okay. How will jiva become parichinnam? How do you consider jiva as parichinnam?
When they are identified with the body mind.
In this context, in the context of the Shastra here, it is aparichinnam because maya upahitam. It is parichinnam because antakarna upahitam. when Maya is taken as the limiting adjunct, then you call the jiva as aparichina. When antakarna is taken as the limiting adjunct for the jiva, that means jiva is chaitanyam manifest in the antakarna. That time
So
the
Swamiji,
jiva is
we are
considered
talking about-
parichinam.
So it's talking about Chidabhasam, na, in this.
Jiva, take it as jiva, antakarna parichinam. Yeah, jiva. Then you can give it names, Chidabhasa, this, that, both kuch naam de sakte hain. Yeah. Parichinnam, it is antakarna vichinnam. For all our normal Vedanta purposes, we take it like this. Okay. Maya Upayitam is just a scholastic standpoint. I mentioned both the standpoints earlier. Okay. So be familiar with both of them. Idhanim, he says, Parichinnatva apeksha sambandhartvam nirupate. When taking the jiva as parichinnam, definitely then there is a need for sambandha. Tatati antakarna upadiko jivaha. Why? Just a minute, I am coming on.
It's basically object of awareness, that way. So basically they are dealing with different standpoints.
Okay. My sir has also come back, I think.
Exactly.
You can ask
Yes.
him again.
Yeah.
Swamiji, I made a small attempt. I don't know whether it
Yeah, tell me. Yeah. So,
I know I asked a question to her because we could hear each other.
yeah.
What are these two?
Because my laptop died, so I just had to connect it up. Yeah, done.
What are the two standpoints you offered?
ए, ये तो पूरा रामायण का बात रामा कौन है पूछता है. Remember, he said either you can take the jiva as maya upahitam,
Yeah.
and Ishvara is pure consciousness, or you can take the jiva as antakarna vichinnam, manifest only in the antakarna. For all practical purposes, the second point is what we take.
Yeah, that's what we are.
Yeah. Okay. Remember we did that Eka Jiva Vada, Aneka Jiva Vada?
In some camp you were done. Like, class में किया? अच्छा इधर ही है. Okay. तो memory को थोड़ा अच्छा.
What is Eka Jiva Vada? What is the Jiva in? That there is only one Jiva.
Oh.
That is Consciousness manifests in the Maya Upadhi. That's just a viewpoint. You can't call it Jiva. That's as I said, an attempt at making Vedanta secular.
Okay.
Because that's what we take as Ishvara. Na? Consciousness manifest in Maya Shakti is Ishvara. And consciousness manifest in Antakarna is Jiva.
Okay.
Yeah. So that other viewpoint is just a scholastic stand you are taking, that's it. For all practical things, for the teaching of Vedanta, etc., you have to take it as Antakarna Vichinna. Because if the Jiva was Maya Upahitam, there will be no need for Vedanta teaching. There will be no need for any Pramana also. Okay.
Yeah.
But because Antakarna is involved, all these arguments come up. Therefore, he is saying, Antakarna upadiko jivaha tasya na gatadi upapadanata. Therefore, the jiva is not responsible for making the pot. Okay? One jiva may have been, but you and I are not involved in that. We are not the upadana karanam for that pot. Maya is upadana karanam. Upadana karanam, first level is clay, mud. But through series, Maya is the final upadana karanam. Okay? Gata dehe desha asambandha. Why? Because the antakarna avichinna jiva is not connected with that place. What connection do I have with the pot in your room?
No connection.
Exactly. Therefore, he says, Kintu Brahmaiva Gata Upadanam. But Brahman is Upadanam for the Gata or not? Final Upadana Karanam is Brahman. After Maya, Maya is inherent in Brahman. Therefore, Brahman is Upadana Karanam. Tasya Maya Upihitasya Sakala Gatadi Anvayit. Therefore, Brahman is Anvayi with everything. Yes, this is not something new I am teaching you. Some of you are looking lost. ये गीता में भी पढ़ा है यत प्रवृत्ति भूतानाम येन सर्वम इदम ततम. That from which everything has come, that which pervades everything. That which pervades everything. Therefore, Brahman is involved there itself. Okay? Yeah. Ataeva Brahmanaha Sarvajnata. Therefore, Brahman automatically becomes Sarvajnaha. Because through Maya, Upadhi is connected with everything. Okay. Now don't tell me, Swamiji, Brahman is not Sarvajna, Ishvara is Sarvajna. ये मत बोलो अभी, ओके? क्या डाउट है ऐसा किसका मन में? नहीं है ना? ओके. डाउट रहना चाहिए. तथा च जीवस्य घटादान अधिष्ठान ब्रह्म चैतन्य अभेदम अंतरेण घटादि भाषा असंभवे प्राप्ते. Therefore, unless the jiva is connected with the Brahman that is manifest as Gata, there is no way the Antakarna, the Brahman that is manifested as the Antakarna will know the Gata. Is it making sense to you all, the way he has presented it? Or is it confusing?
Please repeat. Yes, making sense.
Okay, if it is clear, okay. Tad abhavasya gatadi adhisthana brahma chaitanya abheda siddhyartham gatadi akara vrittihi. Therefore, to connect the Brahman that is manifest as a pot and Brahman that is manifest in my antakarna, connect the two, you need the vritti. Otherwise, how are you going to get jnanam? That is why what is the definition of perception in Vedanta Paribhasa? I know, पहला chapter में बोला था.
Object and knowledge. Whether object is the knowledge. I don't know the Sanskrit thing.
Put it in English and tell me.
Pramana
Pramatra and lower.
What is that, Karthik?
Pramata, Pramana, Prameya.
Yeah. Pramatra avichinna chaitanyam, prameya avichinna chaitanyam. Pramatra avichinna chaitanyam is what?
Knower.
Knower. Prameya avichinna chaitanyam is what?
Known.
Object. And pramana avichinna chaitanyam is what?
The process,
Huh?
the mean, the process, the mean, what is it?
Conception.
अब अपना मन का when the pramana is operated, what happens in your mind?
Vritti, no?
Vritti. Therefore, pramana avichinna chaitanyam is that vritti. Therefore, pramatra avichinna chaitanyam, vishya avichinna chaitanyam, or prameya avichinna chaitanyam, vritti avichinna chaitanyam, or pramana avichinna chaitanyam should be at the same time and place.
Time and place.
If you are going to forget all this, what is the point in me teaching Vedanta Paribhasa? वापस गीता से चालू करेगा. Okay, therefore, vritti apekshate. In the when you are taking the jiva as a finite entity, it's very easy to understand the role of a vritti. Actually, because this form and that form is not connected, how will knowledge take place? Therefore, I need a vritti in my mind for the knowledge to take place. Simple as that. Okay? All right. Okay, then he is putting a question here. Nanu vrittya api katam pramatra chaitanyam vishaya chaitanyoho abhedaha sampapyate. Gata antakarna rupa upadi bhedena tad avichinna chaitanyoho abheda sambhavat iti chetna. This is a Purvapaksha just to clarify. He says, how can a vritti, pramat, where is a vritti? In your mind, right? Would not clear, na? Vritti happens in the mind.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Then how can that pramata chaitanya vishaya chaitanya? Yo. Pramata chaitanya is here. Vishaya chaitanya is there. Okay. How can the abheda be created? Because gata antakarna rupa upadi bhedena tad avichinna chaitanyoho api bheda bhavat. Bheda bhavat. Because here is one consciousness, true, accepted. But that consciousness manifests in the mind here and the object there. How is it connected? He says, that is why vrittehe bahirdesha nirgamana angikarena. This is the only reason because of which in Vedanta we say the thought goes out to envelop the object. Remember that old example he gave? Like how water enters a field and takes the form of the field, etc. That was the example here given. याद है ना पहला चैप्टर में ये सब किया था?
Yes.
याद है, okay. Yeah. अंगीकारेण वृत्त्यंकरण अंतकरण विषयम विषयाणाम एकदेश सत्वेन तद उपादेय भेद अभावस्य उक्तत्वात्. Therefore, even though the two upadis are different, they get connected because the vritti. This is the only reason why vritti is taken as going outside. Now, how will he reconcile it with science? With the science as it is available now, how will we reconcile it? Because science says vritti doesn't go outside. In fact, science doesn't talk about the vritti at all. It only talks about photometry, light. How will you reconcile the two?
Same way, no, the object, if you see with the eyes, you look at the object and then the rays fall back on the retina and then the images form. So actually technically it becomes the same thing.
Yeah, it technically becomes the same thing because instead of vritti going out, light is coming inside. That's why I say for every object outside, you definitely need a vritti. Now, whether it is like old statement, vritti going out, or whether it is modern statement, light bringing it inside, vritti is necessary or not necessary? If there is no thought, there is no perception. Science, materialist, pure science does not take that vritti into account there. That's why they find it very difficult to explain how error takes place. They just dismiss erroneous knowledge as error. That's why experimental verification becomes so important in science. Like how logical verification becomes important in Nyaya, experimental verification becomes important in science. Because they don't know how to explain error otherwise. And even when they find an error, they say just an error that has taken place. Vritti is ignored. Okay. That's why reconcile it by saying a vritti is necessary. Okay. Evam aparoksha stale vritteher matabedena viniyogaha upaditvat. Therefore, wherever aparoksha jnanam takes place, vritti will be there. Meaning vritti going out. In science, wherever aparoksha jnanam is there, light will be reflected. You replace vritti by light, everything falls into, everything is the same. Correct? Paroksha jnanam, what happens? The light from the fire is not reaching your eyes. Only the light from the smoke is reaching your eyes. And on the basis of that, you are inferring there is fire. Therefore, paroksha jnanam. Traditionals will say, the mind is connected with the smoke, not with the fire, therefore paroksha jnanam. बात इतना ही फर्क है. Okay? Everything else remains the same. Why do we say without vritti knowledge will not take place? Because all of you have had an experience where you are watching something but not seen it. Because your mind was elsewhere, lost. And your friend comes and raises a hand in front of you, क्या हो गया, ख्यालों में था क्या? Were you daydreaming something? Okay. Why? Vritti didn't take place. Light was reflected, mind was elsewhere. Okay. So with that, this section, what was he dealing with in this section, by the way? How did the section start? What is the section about? Twam pada. Tat pada is already presented as Ishvara. Twam pada. And Twam pada he started with, what does it mean to be awake? Waking, dream, deep sleep is what he wants to deal with. That is the totality of Twam. Na? Twam is you. You are a bundle of experiences. Your experiences are waking, dream and deep sleep. So he has dealt with the waking state. Because he said where knowledge, indriyajanya jnanam happens is the waking state. Udhar se chalu ho gaya sab. Okay. All this elaborate discussion was to explain away waking state. So it will be interesting if you all go back after today's class and review that. The meaning of thou from page 183 in this book. Okay. Meaning of Twam, wakefulness. Then two in wakefulness, two views of the function of the mental state, etc., which was summed up with today's last para. Question hai, puch lo. Otherwise, that question will get stuck in your mind. Okay, no question. Then, waking state taken care of. Then, dream and deep sleep. Okay, he says, Indriya Ajanya Vishya Gochara Paroksha Antakarna Vritti Avastha Swapnavastha. Indriya Ajanyam Janam. Knowledge not born from the Indriyas, but Vishya Gocharaha. You are dealing with Vishyas. Okay? Which are what? Antakarna Vritti Avastha. Purely Antakarna Vritti Avastha. This is called Swapnavastha, where you don't use your physical sense organ that you use in the waking state, but only by vrittis. That is called Swapnavastha. Why is he presenting it like this here? Jagrat Avastha Avyavrataya Artham Indriyajanyamiti. To negate the definition from including waking state, we are saying Indriya Ajanyam, not born from the sense organs. Avidya Vritti Matya Sushupti Ativyapti Varanaya Antakarneti. Sushupti Avidya Vritti Matya Sushupti Avyapti Karanaya. Sushupti Varanaya. Okay. Ativyapti Varanaya. If he had said only Vritti Vyapti, then Avidya Vritti is there in deep sleep. Only ignorance. I am ignorant. I don't know anything. Therefore, to negate that, he is saying Antakarna Vritti, not Avidya, Antakarna Vritti. Therefore, the definition will not extend into including deep sleep. Because in your experience, dream is a separate state. Yeah. There is a difference between dream and deep sleep. So he is taking that into account. Sushupti nama avidya gochara avidya vritti avastha. And what is deep sleep? Avidya vritti avastha, avidya gochara. All you know is only avidya there. I don't know, that's all you know. Avidya avastha, deep sleep. Antakarna meva, dream. Okay. Antakarna vritti matra vishyaha, dream state. Avidya matra vritti gocharaha, waking deep sleep state. Then Indriyajanya Jnanam, waking state. Simple. Very simple way of looking at it. Okay. Sushupti avidya gochara avidya vritti vrittya. Jagrat swapnayoho avidyakara vrittehe antakarna vrittir na tatra ativyapti. In Jagrat, waking, and dream states, there is the operation of the antakarna vritti. And that antakarna vritti operation is not available in deep sleep. Therefore, there is no need to confuse one with the other. Aparetu sushuptameva. Okay, one second. Tatra atra kechin marana murchayoho avasthantaramahu. Some people take death and murcha, unconsciousness, coma, okay, as separate states. Aparetu sushuptam eva tayoho antarbhavam ahu. Some take it as being part of deep sleep only. In fact, the traditional view in Vedanta would be that unconsciousness, coma, etc., is part of deep sleep only. Because for all practical things, that's how it is. Death is not equated with deep sleep. Death is not equated with deep sleep. Why? But you all say that, na? He is sleeping the eternal sleep. Why is death not equated with deep sleep?
Mind detaches from the current physical body.
Yeah. Because there's a travel, there's a complete giving up of the physical body. Where in deep sleep, that giving up of the physical body is not there. That's why unconsciousness can be included. Why? Because you are not giving up the physical body. Death is when you go, leave the physical body and don't come back. If you come back, you can't call it death.
There is no witness in the death case.
Beg your pardon?
Witness. There is no witness in the case of death.
There is no?
Witness.
Sorry,
Witness.
that word I am not getting.
Witness.
Witness.
Sakshi.
Sakshi.
In death,
Yeah, Sakshi, there is no
Sakshi is very much there.
Sakshi.
Sakshi is very much there. Because if the jiva has left the body, does the jiva know it has left the body or does it not know? If the jiva has left the body, does the jiva know or does not know?
Knows.
It has to know, na?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Because it has to move on the other journey. Therefore, forget the Sakshi, even the jiva is there, knower is there. But without indriyas. Without indriyas, without the golakas, the indriyas are there. The indriyas are there. Because what is the seat of the indriyas? The body or the mind?
Mind.
Mind.
Sukshma Sharira is the seat of the indriyas. What you see outside is only a physical golaka. What you see, your eyes, nose, etc. are only physical golakas. The ability to see, etc. is in your mind.
Swamiji, samadhi were then equated to what? Deep sleep?
Samadhi would be two types. If it is Jnana Lakshana Samadhi, it is not equated to deep sleep because there is knowledge in it. If without knowledge you are going into Samadhi, then it is equated to deep sleep. Because no knowledge happens there. How do you define Samadhi?
Nirvikalpa samadhi.
How do you define Nirvikalpa Samadhi? In English. How will you say what is Nirvikalpa Samadhi?
Thoughtless state. Thoughtless state.
Huh?
No thoughts.
Thoughtless, no thoughts. Okay. Is there knowledge of the world outside?
No.
Is there knowledge of I?
Yeah, knowledge of
Huh? If the knowledge of I is there, it becomes Savikalpa.
yeah,
There's no knowledge of.
There's no knowledge.
And what is deep sleep? Is there knowledge of the world?
No.
Knowledge of yourself? Therefore, Andha Samadhi, that's why we deliberately use the term Andha Samadhi. Samadhi of a person who does not know the truth. There is neither, it is equated to deep sleep. It is not exactly deep sleep, but it is equated to that. ये सब प्रॉब्लम क्यों आता है मालूम? Nobody has tried to go into samadhi. मेडिटेशन करते हैं कि नहीं मालूम नहीं मेरे को. If you go into samadhi, you will understand. हाँ कुछ नहीं है. I told you, I sat on it for years and found I can't be that useless an idiot. Nor is my atma useless that I am sitting in samadhi and no knowledge is happening. There is something wrong with the whole understanding. And that's when I discovered what an idiot I am. Sitting in samadhi. No knowledge. Yeah, but it prepares your mind, that's good. So after knowledge, when you are doing nididhyasanam, and you remain as the flame of awareness that you are. That is different. That samadhi is meant for owning it up. Yeah. That is jnana lakshana samadhi. Samadhi which is characterized by knowledge. Then the whole thing is different.
And that is with thoughts.
Huh?
Is that correct? So Jnana Lakshana Samadhi is with thoughts.
It is not necessary. Some nididhyasanam is enough. That's why, as a rule, as in Vedanta we will say Shravanam Matrena Jnanam, knowledge takes place in Shravanam. Then if you have doubts, etc., you do a lot of mananam, challenge yourself, so that your clarity of knowledge is there. Then to make it a fact of your life, if it is not a fact of your life yet, make it a fact of your life by nididhyasanam, contemplation. Then contemplation, you may slip into samadhi, that's okay. If you don't slip into samadhi, better. Because you are owning it up. No? Yeah. Yeah. So when they say rishis were in samadhi and all, generally it was jnana lakshana samadhi. But remember, there are, as I always said, there are various types of samadhis. Okay? Therefore, which samadhi are you talking about is also important. Okay? Prasangavashat I am saying all this. The author doesn't bother to explain all this. Yeah. Okay. So if a wise person is going into samadhi, he will have some meaning, owning up the truth, etc. But even savikalpa, for that savikalpa samadhi, what we call as nididhyasanam, what the yoga calls as savikalpa samadhi, is good enough to own up the knowledge. Yeah. Because you are becoming the Rasagulla. So that is enough. Yeah. So it's okay, it's fine with that. Yeah. Then, you know what the author is saying? Tatra, with respect to murcha, death, etc., tayoho avasthatraya antarbhavaha bhavirbhavayoho. Whether you take it as inside it or outside it. Twam pada nirupanena upayoga abhavat. It is not necessary to discuss death and deep and death and unconsciousness to explain twam pada, what you are. Therefore, na tatra prati prayatyete. I am not making any effort in that. He says, don't yet have time waste. Nahi karna. Remember, he is writing an advanced text, okay? So he is saying, kya farak pada? Does it explain tvam anything any more about tvam pada? What you are? Is it explaining any more? No. This samadhi is included into, murcha is included into deep sleep. But this is not included. Ee farak painde? What difference does it make? Yeah. But because the doubt came up here, I am explaining it. Okay. That's why I said the author doesn't bother. He doesn't bother, kya farak pada? Yeah. Because remember, the focus is what? Understanding what you are. No? The focus is on understanding what you are. So he takes, even the Upanishad, etc., takes those experiences which are universally available. That is waking dream and deep sleep. Because that is universally available. There is no human being alive who has not gone through waking dream and deep sleep. Samadhi, a few people have gone through. Unconsciousness also, a few people have gone through, isn't it? Have everyone become unconscious? Have everyone here become unconscious at least once in your lifetime? No. Yeah. So what is universal is being taken.
They give anesthesia, you're unconscious.
Anesthesia also is deep sleep. What else is it? They are putting you under, they'll say. Na? Isn't that the medical expression? To put you under. Under means not 6 feet under. One of my friends joined MD medicine. So I said, okay, next time I come, I'll get you a hammer. Okay, MD anesthesiology, not MD medicine, sorry, MD anesthesiology. Joined to study. So next time I come, I'll get you a hammer. Why hammer? I'm gifting you a hammer. Why? Knockout specialist. No? Anesthesiologist's job is to knock out people. So unconsciousness, deep sleep. Anesthetists are good at joking around, okay? As an sidelight, I will say, if I am watching a surgery going on and I find the anesthetist is not making a joke or two, then I will get concerned. What is the problem there? Yeah, this is a problem. Hai. When the anesthetist is joking around, you know, things are going fine, things are going smooth. Even maybe a serious surgery, but things are going smooth. Because if the anesthetist becomes serious, that means what? He has gone too deep, oxygen is not enough. Some issue is there always. That is how, not being a doctor, you watch and you learn, understand. Idhar hai. Okay. Some flow is not happening properly. Okay, that apart. But those are not universal experiences. Therefore, he takes the universal experience to explain twam pada. That is waking dream and deep sleep. Everyone has gone through it. Yeah. But because the yogis talk so much about it, they only talk so much about it. Very few yogis have gone into samadhi, okay? Anta samadhi also very few have gone into it. Yeah. But they all talk about it. It is like that song, you know. Haven't you heard the song n number of times on Independence Day, Republic Day, etc.? Hum hoege kamyab, ek din. That ek din is said in such a way that it is so much into the future, you don't know when. Similarly, the yogi is talking about samadhi. Ek din, kabhi khuda jane. You have talked to all the yogis. Yeah. I mean, I have been going to this yoga festival. There are about 30-40 teachers there, meaning actually taking sessions. And a lot more yoga teachers attending. If you are looking at the yoga teachers attending that yoga session, it will be about 300 people, 200, 300 people. They are yoga teachers, but they are still attending those sessions. Sabse baat ki hai. Last few years, I have been talking to all of them. Nobody has gone into samadhi. Including a 103-year-old lady who is a yoga teacher. She expired a couple of years back. I met her in the second yoga session that I was on. Second yoga festival. Koi samadhi mein nahi gaya. They all want to. So when they come to my class, they get some hope. Hare, Savikalpa samadhi is enough for knowledge. There is a difference between what Vedanta calls as samadhi and what yoga talks about as samadhi. I think that